Before we get into the episode, I am thrilled to announce that the EntreMD Business School is open for enrollment. The EntreMD Business School is the only school of its kind for physicians who want to build 6, 7, and multiple 7-figure businesses. Over the last 2 years, we have had hundreds of doctors go through the school with unbelievable results. Some of them run brands, some of them run private practices, some of them are coaches, some have other kinds of service-based businesses or product-based businesses. And we've had people come in and cross the 6-figure milestone, cross the 7-figure milestone, cross the multiple 7-figure milestone. You will be in a place where you'll get the coaching, the community, the accountability that you need to thrive as an entrepreneur, especially in the times that we're in. So maybe you've been following me for a while. Maybe you've been getting so much out of the EntreMD podcast and you've been wondering, how can I work with Dr. Una and the community more? Well, this is your chance. Come join us in the EntreMD Business School. It is application only. So go to entremd.com/business to turn in your application. I cannot tell you how many doctors have made statements like this. I recovered my investment in the first week. I recovered my investment in my bank account in the first 90 days. This is the best investment I've made in myself ever. I want you to have that kind of story, not just a story of building a great business that serves a lot and earns a lot, but having a business that gives you the freedom to live life on your terms. So don't wait any longer. entremd.com/business. And now for the episode. Well, welcome back, my friends, to the 5-Minute Tweak, where I share one success principle you can start practicing today that will change your life as a physician entrepreneur. Today, we're going to talk about practicing mind storming. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this is because you are loaded with creative solutions. You're loaded with innovation. You're loaded with answers to problems. You're literally here on earth because there are problems you are wired to fix. Okay. But they're kind of deep inside and you have to pull them out. So I learned this thing from Brian Tracy. He calls it mindstorming, which is kind of like what you do by yourself, but it's like brainstorming, right? So brainstorming, it's a group of people who come together to do that. Mindstorming, you're doing it by yourself. Okay. And one of the things it does is it helps you reframe problems and all of that. It's just challenges as, things to be conquered, things to discover. It's such a beautiful place to be in, right? So literally, I'll explain to you how it works and I'll give you an example. Literally, it's like getting a dry erase board or a dry erase board because I love dry. I always have a huge, humongous dry erase board in my house. Dry erase board or just a blank piece of paper, right? And you can sit in a quiet place or you can play productivity music depending on how you roll, right? So for me, I pick quiet. I cannot think with productivity music, okay? And at the top of it, you literally have the problem reframed as a question. So, oh my goodness, when will I ever crack 6 figures in this business? It's like, how can I generate 6 figures in business, in revenue in my business, right? I don't have enough clients. This just sucks. How can I get 10 new clients into my business this month? This whole delegation thing I can't figure it out and I'm so burnt out because I'm doing everything myself. I know I need a team. How can I delegate 15 tasks this week, right? Like you take the problem and you convert it to a question. Okay. First of all, do you feel how empowering that feels? Like I'm the boss. I can solve this. It's so good. All right. So how can I double my revenue? How can I become number one in my industry? How can I help my patients or my clients get results faster? How can I thrive in the midst of a pandemic, right? Those are all things that you can do. And then you put number 1 through 20 and you start writing the answer. At this point, you're not editing. You're just writing what you think is possible. For most people, the first 5 to 10 will come easily. The next 5 to 10 will be like a lot of work, but it's just like squeezing an orange like that last drop is like liquid gold. So no matter how challenging it is, I want you to try and go to 20. I want you to push. I want you to say, what else? What else? What else is possible? Because remember, all these lids that we're like, no, there's nothing else, or this is the only way. It's never the only way. There's always multiple ways, right? And when you get to where you think is the end of your thinking, there's more in there. Sometimes the best stuff is in there. And this is a muscle. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Okay. At the beginning of the pandemic, this is what I did. I have the private practice. I'm looking at private practices all around me, shutting down. I'm looking at people retreating to their homes. And I'm like, wait a minute, but I don't want to fire any of my employees. I don't even want to have a bad year. I want to thrive. Okay. So my question I put on my dry erase board is, how can I thrive in the middle of a pandemic? And started writing and writing and writing and writing, and came up with such amazing ideas on what to do, like email marketing. Like that's not something for online businesses. That's what you're going to need to do if you want to thrive. So things like videos to overcome the objections people are having, to address their fears and all of that. I repurposed a front desk staff. I took one person from the front desk. I'm like, from now on, your job is you just hit the recaller. Everyone who's overdue for an appointment, you call them from 8 to 5. That's your job. From 9:30 to 5. That's your job, right? Went really heavy on telemedicine. And what was the result? The end result was we did better in the pandemic year than the year before, right? And so that's what I want you to embrace. So schedule a thinking session, a mindstorming session, pick the biggest challenge in your business, convert it to a question, write out those 20 answers, and you'll be shocked what you find. Okay. And I want to know about it. PM me and let me know. Okay. Well, there you have it. Now, remember, you are part of the EntreMD movement, the movement that disrupts the healthcare space. So don't keep this to yourself. Share it, and I will see you on the next episode of the EntreMD podcast.